cyberself is the version of ourselves we create and show online. The issue is that it can become very different from our real self. According to Erik Erikson's stage of identity versus role confusion, this is a critical time for developing a strong personal identity. But in the digital age, many of us build identities for likes and validation.
Version of us is a great source of worry. It puts our privacy at risk. Our personal information can be stolen, tracked, or misused without our knowledge. Majority of people present the idealized version of themselves on the web, which disintegrates the line of dividing reality from virtual life. This can lead to unrealistic expectations, identity confusions, and the pressure to live up to a perfect image, especially on social media. Other than that, the cyberself affects psychological well-being and social relationships. People become addicted to likes, followers, and online validation, causing anxiety from the real world. Online bullying or cyberbullying even directly harm one's online and real-life self. As technology grows, the cyberself raises serious issues regarding privacy, authenticity, and who we really are in front of the screen.
The truth is, this affects all of us. Anyone who's ever paused before posting, edited themselves to fit the standards, or questioned if they're too much or not enough online has felt its impact. Now, according to statistics, there are over 5.31 billion social media users globally, and that's about 64.7% of the world's population. In the Philippines alone, 90.8 million identities are active on social media, making up approximately about 78% of the population. In the Philippines, the 18 to 24 age group dominates social media usage. About 17.4% of users are female and 15.1% are male. For Gen Zs, platforms like Instagram and Facebook are not just for connection. They are spaces for self-expression, identity building, and sometimes self-comparison. On the other hand, users aged 25 to 34 are following closely behind. They are still heavily engaged even as they step into new life roles like starting careers and families. But as age increases, social media engagement decreases. Among the 35 to 44-year-olds, the numbers drop, and even further among those aged 45 and up. Among these generations, who are the most affected? The answer is the youth, as they make up the biggest group on social media, and they are leading on how content is made and shared. But with that comes the stress of constantly managing how they appear online.
So what are the significance of our cyberself in our identity formation? Our cyberself can significantly impact our identity formation in both positive and negative ways. But now let us begin with positive impacts. Firstly, it can help us in our identity formation by giving us the opportunity to try out new roles and explore our personal values and beliefs. Secondly, it gives us the space to express ourselves, whether it's our feelings, thoughts, and even our experiences. Thirdly, it gives us the opportunity to connect with one another, especially those who are apart from us. And lastly, it can help to boost our self-confidence and self-esteem. For instances, like when we receive supports and praises from others online. Now, let us proceed to its negative impacts. First is that we can have unrealistic self-presentation of ourselves by only presenting the idealized version of ourselves, which may lead to discrepancies between our online and offline selves, and may create unrealistic expectations from ourselves and confusion to others. Secondly, we may tend to compare ourselves with others, whether it's their physical looks or social status, which may lead to low self-esteem. And lastly, while exploring using our cyberselves, we may encounter cyberbullying and harassment, which can have negative impacts on our mental health and self-esteem.
I know it it's easy to post a perfect version of ourselves online, but this can distance us from who we really are. The challenge is to stay authentic and not let the cyber self replace the real self.
Reflecting on the concept of cyber self, I realize how much our identity is shaped by what we share and how we are perceived online. It made me think about the balance between authenticity and the pressure to present a curated version of yourself. While the digital world allows for creativity and connection, it also creates expectations that can affect how we view ourselves and others. Understanding my cyber self has pushed me to become more mindful of my digital presence and to prioritize real life connections and self-worth beyond the screen.
Exploring using our cyber selves may have a numerous benefits, but it also has its negative impacts. So we should always be mindful using it and always remain authentic on ourselves, whether it's online or in the real world.
In today's digital world, anyone can struggle with being authentic online, as we're constantly influenced or inspired by the trends and the idols that we see on social media. And it's hard to resist to not follow the trends or curate our cyber selves. But I think that's okay. Sometimes these influences can help us discover more about who we are or give us the confidence to express ourselves online. And I think it only becomes a problem when it goes too far. When we become so shaped by what we see on social media that we start to lose sight of who we truly are. So, ask yourself, are you showing up as your true self online or just a version shaped by everyone else?